Hello, happy May the 4th. I will be your host today, Jedi Master Grotesque, but you can call me Gro or Tesk for short. What's that? You don't believe me? That I'm not a Jedi Master? Well, then I will prove it to you. This is my lightsaber, and it does indeed work. Don't worry, that is not a threat. Every true Jedi Master knows that Jedi are not warriors of offense, but rather defense. That being said, I do not believe that this will be needed today, because today we are going to be playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 2017. This morning when I woke up, I actually turned on my PS2 and was playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original one. And of course I had an absolute blast. Let's see, do I want to do single player, co-op, multiplayer? You know what, we'll dive into a match of multiplayer. We'll go all out. We'll do a match of Supremacy first. It's May the 4th, so I'm assuming there's gotta be players online, right? There it is, we got into a match almost immediately. As much as I would love to keep this on, it's getting very warm with all the lights on me, plus I live in Florida, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to take this off. And I'd hate to shatter the illusion, but these aren't actually Jedi robes. If y'all know Ghostface, yeah, this is actually a Ghostface Halloween costume that I got at Spirit a couple years ago. This is like the gown that he wears. I have the mask still as well. But hey, I figured it looked close enough. Alright, we'll roll out as a heavy since this is what I typically main. Man, every time I get back on this game, it doesn't cease to amaze me just how amazing it actually looks. And keep in mind, this game is gonna be 7 years old this year, and it's just like graphically, art direction speaking, it looks fantastic. Alright, we're trying to capture D right now. It says it's contested, so where is this guy? I always loved in this game too how you're able to switch between like third and first person on the fly. Oh no, he was blending in with the environment. I almost didn't see him. Come on. Oh no, he was literally almost dead. I wish I could be honest and say that I've poured thousands upon thousands of hours into this game, but if I'm gonna be honest, I've poured a couple hundred hours into this game, but thousands, When I want to play Battlefront, I turn on my PS2 or my original Xbox and I go back and play Battlefront 1 or Battlefront 2. I'm talking the ones from 2004 and 5. And that holds true even after the Classic Collection release, dude. Screw that Classic Collection. It's not even a matter of like, oh, the servers were whatever, or they butchered some of the sounds in the loading screen, or they messed up like some of the videos in the campaign. No, it goes beyond that for me. The minute that you just AI upscale all the textures in a game and call it a remaster is not only the moment that I lose all respect for you, but it is also the moment that I just will simply not buy your product. It's the same reason that I didn't buy the Persona 3 portable remaster that they did a little while ago. I'm not talking about the Persona 3 Reload. That's a like from the ground up remake. That's different. I'm talking about the portable remaster that they put out. Literally all that they did was AI upscale the textures in that game and put it on. That's the same thing that they did with basically like all the textures in the Classic Collection. And it's just like, not only does AI upscaling look dreadfully terrible in most cases when it comes to video games at the very least, but it butchers a lot of the quality and integrity and generally just how good it looks of not only like the graphics and assets themselves, but also just of the art direction in general. Like it butchers the integrity of it and just makes everything look like a mishmash of just, I don't know, inhumane garbage, and it just makes me feel kind of weird when I'm playing stuff that's just been tampered with, you know, with like AI and stuff. And it's not even a situation of like, oh, I know it's been AI upscaled, so therefore now I'm throwing a hissy fit. No, I can just tell. Like, somebody doesn't need to tell me when something's been tampered with by AI, and I feel like a lot of people can attest to this. Like, you can just tell because it usually looks like garbage and it just looks weird. That's why I refuse to buy the Classic Collection. Plus, if I'm gonna play a game, I typically prefer to just play it on, you know, original hardware, and when I say typically prefer, I mean like 100% of the time. So I don't care about like the quote-unquote HD up-res higher frame rate. What I'd rather go play like the 480p or 480i in the PlayStation 2's case, you know, 30 FPS original. I just prefer to play games in their original state. Anyways, all the jib-jabbing aside, yeah, Battlefront 2 is definitely quite a controversial game. I mean, in both cases now, right? I mean, the original's fine, but the Classic Collection's controversial, and then, you know, the 2017 ones, it was controversial for a while until they made a lot of changes, and now I feel like the community in general can agree, like, yeah, this game is genuinely amazing. I mean, I've been there from day one saying that this game is amazing, and I feel like nobody ever really disagreed with that. The only thing that anybody ever really disagreed with was the monetization and the way that it was handled. That was really the only big issue with this game, because outside of it, like when it comes to a gameplay front, graphics, literally like everything that makes a video game what it is, Battlefront 2 2017 is a genuinely like amazing game. And thankfully, they were smart enough to revert a lot of the poor monetization choices that they made, and now this game can truly flourish and shine in the way that it was meant to from day one. But unfortunately, they waited too long to do it. Well, not even a matter of they waited too long to do it. It's just that they totally butchered the first impression with everybody. And, you know, first impressions, as they always say, is like one of the most important things in any situation. Whether it's meeting somebody for the first time, whether it's watching a movie or playing a game for the first time. Like, first impressions really are, I don't want to say everything, but it can really be a make or break situation for many people. Therefore, not only was the first impression butcher when it comes to like the monetization and stuff in this game, but they also just took a while to actually take it out of the game and, you know, just make things how it should have been in the first place from a progression standpoint. But again, thankfully, they did do it, and a lot of the community has stuck around over the years, which is really great to see. Not trying to throw shade, but 7 years later, this game is more alive than the most recent Battlefield, and that game only came out like 2.5 years ago. Now, granted, I'm not trying to throw out like objective factual numbers or anything. I'm just saying that whenever I get on Battlefield 2042, it takes me much longer to find a match on that game than it does on this game. I also tend to just see more videos and content online on YouTube and stuff like that just around Battlefront 2 versus 2042, so, you know, there's that. But numbers aside, yeah, I'm just glad that there's still a community playing this game 7 years later. You know, we're here on May 4th, and, you know, again, I got into a match of Supremacy basically immediately. Granted, it is also the weekend, but I can't help but feel like, you know, there has to be tons of other Star Wars fans that are just hopping back on this game just for the sake of it being May 4th today, and this essentially being Star Wars Day. I was also tempted to hop on Fortnite because I saw they have like a Lego Star Wars event going on right now, so I'm definitely gonna do that later on in my free time today, and who knows, if it ends up being like somewhere I'm like, hey, I should really make a video on this, then of course I'll go ahead and make a video on it, but I'll try it out first and see what that's all about. Oh no, we failed the first part. Now we have to defeat the boarding enemies. Come on, team, we can do this. It sucks too, because we were so close. We lost 77% to 100%. They got so many heroes on their team now. They got Yoda and like Anakin run around. But yeah, I'll have to check out that Lego Fortnite thing later today, because right now I'm actually replaying the Battlefront 2 campaign, just because it's been a couple of years since I played through it, and every time I play it, I get that hardcore hit of nostalgia, because I'll never forget going into GameStop when I was a little kid, seeing Battlefront 2 for the PS2 on the shelf there, and I still have my original copy from way back then in the day, you know, grabbing the game, going home, blasting through the campaign, just replaying it always takes me back to then, so I've been replaying it today. I'm already about halfway through it, because it's split into two parts. You have the Fall of the Old Republic, and then the Rise of the Empire sections. I got right to the end of the Fall of the Old Republic part, and I just started the Rise of the Empire half of the game before I decided to, you know, record this video. Alright, we got a new objective. Now we need to go defend the door controls. It's a shame that we'll probably never see a Battlefront 3, because let me tell you, like, there's something about these Star Wars games and the way that the multiplayers are set up. Like, I've played many larger-than-life feeling multiplayer games. I mean, look at, like, Battlefield, for example. Like, Battlefield 4, when you're, like, tipping over skyscrapers and stuff. Like, that stuff gets ridiculous. But in Star Wars, it's just, it feels so different, right? Because you have all these crazy objectives that you get to do, and then, like, the stages change as you play them. I mean, you guys have seen it. This has only been one single match, and yet in this single match, we've had tons of different objectives. We literally got taken from one map to another inside of the same match. If you're new to the channel, just a little bit of background, I make a lot of Call of Duty content, but for those of you that do watch me and also do play Call of Duty, you guys know how they finally brought back War Mode this year. If they want War to be like a long-standing mode in the game, I mean, they kind of do something like this where you get different objectives, play different parts of the map, but if they really want to take it to the next level, they should really be looking at something like this, like Supremacy and Battlefront. Take it to that next level. Make everything just feel like you're playing through a movie. Because even though this is a multiplayer mode, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these modes in Battlefront truly do feel cinematic. I mean, you're playing as one of the droids or the clones or one of the stormtroopers on the front lines, and, you know, you're going through and fighting these wars that you have either heard about or seen in the movies. Sometimes they even dip their toes into the EU stuff, which is always really cool to see. Not to mention the fact that you can obviously also play as, like, the heroes in this stuff, which is just awesome, you know? Like, you know, as much as I love playing as, like, a droid or a stormtrooper or whatever, just, like, experiencing the parts of Star Wars that we see a lot of, yet at the same time, it almost feels like we don't see a lot of, you know what I mean? Where it's like, I feel like we see a lot of these wars, you know, you see stuff with, like, the Clone Wars and Order 66 and all that, but there's something different about it in the games to where it's like, yeah, you see this stuff in the movies, but, like, you experience it in the games. Like, for example, I was just talking about Battlefront 2, like, there's literally a mission in that game where you play through Order 66, and it's just like, holy crap. Oh no, we gotta fall back. Come on, team, you know, I know I'm not doing the best here either, but, like, come on, man, we keep having to fall back. What are we doing here? But yeah, at the same time, you know, being able to play these modes, earn enough points, and then being able to play as one of the heroes is just, you know, it'll never not be awesome flipping around as Yoda, you know what I mean? Alright, I'm on the defensive, I'm playing as a heavy, so I do got a pretty good weapon. If anybody comes close, they're dead. Alright, I see somebody up there. I'm trying to be careful here. I'll switch over to first person so I try to aim it a little bit more. Alright, I see you poking your head out. No, you ain't gonna, oh, no, ah, dang it. I have enough points to, like, play as one of the special characters, but I'm trying to wait. I'm trying to wait until I can play as, like, Darth Maul or something. Oh, man, look at that. I always love watching other people play as droid. It goes, you got two different types of players with it. You either got the ones that go real slowly and carefully. You got the ones that just absolutely, like, bludgeon their way through the map and end up falling off or something. There we go. Look at that. I got a kill. I'm doing stuff. Alright, there's another guy over there. Come on, come on. Let me get get 2 kills and 1 life. Yeah, there we go. You know, I may have died still, but I mean, hey, I got the kill, so there's that. You know what? I'll switch it up and play as a specialist. Let's see if maybe I'll do a little bit better if I try to snipe them before they actually get there. That's another thing I love in this game. I know I pointed it out earlier how you can switch. Oh, well, dead immediately. How you can switch between like first and third person on the fly, but it's also really cool just being able to play again as one of these characters that you always see in the movies like the droid or the stormtroopers or whatever in first person, just like really playing through their perspective. And also, yeah, the sniper was definitely a good choice. Like, for some reason, even though it's just a droid, like, playing as a droid in first person just feels so cool. Now, I know with, like, ESRB and ratings and stuff, it might be hard to make a game like this just because of the whole, like, you know, violence against children and video games laws and stuff. But could you guys imagine a horror game that takes place during Order 66 where you play as, like, one of the Padawan children and your objective is to try to survive either, like, the clone troopers assault on, like, you know, the Jedi temples or Anakin's assault? Like, say it's something like, now I know this might sound goofy, but think of something like Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach or like Resident Evil 2 with Mr. X or, you know, Nemesis from RE3 where it's like Anakin's like that Nemesis type character and you're one of the Padawan children just trying to escape Anakin and trying to get out of the place alive. You know, the game probably wouldn't even necessarily be that long, but not that it would really need to be, nor would it really need to be like a big, huge budget thing. But for some reason, I think that would actually be kind of a cool experience, like a horror game in the Star Wars universe. Would it be a little different from what you typically expect from like a Star Wars movie or, you know, some sort of piece of media in that franchise? Like, yeah, maybe, but I don't know. There's been a lot of like, I mean, almost like horror level stuff in there if you like know the extended universe and even some of the stuff in the movies. Even if it would never be an official project, it would be really cool if we could see like an indie game or some sort of like fan project that could like, you know, do something like that. Oh no, there's so many heroes up here. What's going on, dude? We got Obi-Wan right there, Yoda in the back. There's like a minute left for us to be able to defend these things. And yeah, dude, our team is getting just demolished. Come on, there's a guy over there. Is that, I mean, I got an assist. That's something. Come on, team, just 30 more seconds. Let's hold out. We can do this thing. Just don't give up. Oh no, Obi-Wan is here. Okay, you know what, team? Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to give up. I mean, I don't know. Maybe let's get a little risky with it. Let's risk our lives. Let's attack I killed Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, I had a lot of help. There wasn't a lot of work for me to do, but still. Come on, the timer's at 0. Don't keep ticking like that. Please, just say that we won. Say that we did something good. There it is. We did it. Yeah, that's right. The droids own you now, boy. Now, as much as I want to keep playing this match, there is one thing that I want to show off in this game that always keeps me coming back, and it isn't even related to the multiplayer at all. Now, originally, I also wanted to play heroes and villains in this video just because that's one of my favorite modes, and it's always a lot of fun running around whacking people as the heroes in the game. But we've already been going for a little while, so I'm going to show off this other mode, but if you guys want a video on that where we just hop in and play some more, and when maybe, you know, want to see a video like heroes and villains and stuff like that, then, like, hey, I'd be down to do that. But the thing that I decided to highlight instead is the battle scenarios. Beyond the multiplayer, beyond the campaign, beyond anything in this game, this is what I come back to for the most. It's funny, my progression is actually kind of split up between Xbox and PlayStation because I have this game on PlayStation, so certain characters are leveled up more on PlayStation, whereas some are leveled up more on Xbox. I actually completed the campaign on PlayStation, but I didn't do it on Xbox yet. But anyways, yeah, you know, the instant action, as much as I love the multiplayer and all the other modes in this game, of course, you know, I dive back in and play that stuff all the time too, but like, when I'm having one of those days or one of those moments where it's like, hey, I just, you know, I want something to do for like 10 to 15 minutes before I have to do something else, this is perfect for me. I can either dive in and play one mission for literally like 2 minutes, or I can go through and binge like all of them and take like half an hour to go through and complete all the ones on both the light and the dark side just for the fun of it on any difficulty I choose. If I want to relax time, I can choose rookie. If I want something a little more challenging but not really challenging at all, I can go normal. Or if I really want to ramp it up and just go absolutely ape on everybody, then I choose the hardest difficulty. And this is truly one of those things where it never gets old to me. You know, just running in. I mean, especially like this one, Wipe Them Out, where you play as Darth Maul. I mean, one, you're playing as Darth Maul, which is just freaking awesome. Outside of the Battlefront games, I can't really think of many examples where we've been able to play as Darth Maul in a Star Wars game like this, where you're just running around whacking stuff. But also, yeah, you know, it's like endlessly replayable. It'll never not be fun to me. It's just, I mean, like, I don't know what else to say. It's just fun. And at the end of the day, above all those stupid microtransactions that this game was littered with at launch, but are thankfully gone now, or any other thing that you'd want to highlight with modern gaming, you know, above all else, we're here playing games because we want to have fun, and that's what instant action is. Even at launch, when there was all the monetary stuff in the game, that didn't affect this mode. It's always been fun. But anyways, that's where I'm gonna leave things for now. Again, like I said, I did want to dive into some other modes originally in this video, but we've already been going for a while. So if you guys want to follow up in this video where we dive in and play like heroes and villains, and you know, just check out some of the other modes in the game, like the co-op missions and stuff, just to revisit it, just to have some fun, just let me know, and I'd be more than happy to do so. But anyway, as always, massive shout out, thank you to all the Patreons and channel members, thank you to all in the low ball tier, and shout out, thank you to all in the mid ball tier, the last game we did, many of the big shit that's all in G tier, run event, still in cheese code. Thank you guys so much. You guys are literal legends. I love you. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. beautiful. I love you all. May the 4th be with you, or if you're watching this on literally any other day of the year, may the Force be with you. Peace.